Welcome to Whimsical Farm. Today we have gone out into the woods on the side of our property and we have found an old spring that has not been used for years and years. We're going to try two different purposes for this spring. One is we're going to dig down below it a little bit and let it overspill into a nice container for our new coming sheep. That's the first thing. And the second thing, we're going to put a small 12-volt solar powered pump down in it and run some tubing a long distance. I'm going to scan slowly way over there to the garden. You can see we're talking about 500 feet or so. So that's going to be the job we're going to attempt to do. So let's play like we're on a safari here. Go out into the jungle, watch for snakes. And you can see there's the path. And we're going to have a look and see what we can find. Out here with a little bit of sun sneaking through the trees, we find this large concrete piece of pipe. And beside it, you can see that there's water. And then we're going to look down inside, if I can do this without dropping my phone down inside. And down inside there, you can see little baby crawdads. And that is 3 feet deep. That water is just as clear as it can be. I tasted it yesterday and it tastes really good. So we're going to go ahead and let's take a sample on camera and get us a sample real quick. Sorry, I'm going to spin you around a little bit here. This is the container we're going to put down in there. Is this half of a plastic drum. Let's get us a sample of this water and hold it up to the sunshine and see if we have found a treasure. I believe when a person finds good water to drink, they have found themselves a real treasure on a farm, because it all around this, look, oh, there's a large crawdad. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on with this like this. I'd like to get it all the way down in there, but I can't go underwater. You might be able to see him. He's a big boy. All right, let's get us a sample. We'll do a quick rinse of the jar. And then got some pretty moss growing beside it, which tells me it has life in it. And look at that. Let's take this out in the sunshine. Go out all the way out in the sunshine and have a look at this. And you can see that is very nice quality water. So we'll make some improvements, clear some brush, and then we'll start in on it. I'll be back with you with an extension, a continuation of this video here in a few minutes. Over and out. Okay, now we are doing the next step. First we found the spring, and now we got the farm girl. She's after it with her her brand new DR mower. Let's see how she does. We gotta get a path down to this thing. Oh, she's got her guard dog too. Guard dog has brought a great big limb. While she's clearing that, I'll see if I can throw the limb for this dog. This dog wants to have great big limbs. She loves her a big limb. Now she's got it. Okay. She is doing it to it. If you don't have a DR mower, I'm telling you, for rough areas where you can't run a regular lawnmower, it is really hard to beat the performance of the DR. It's basically a great big oversized weed eater with heavier line. You don't have to wag the weight of it, which is really nice. Get over here a little bit better angle. And it really does a great job. DR mower. DR super weed eater. My wife is very sweet. She's a good wife. She's taking care of business. she'll get right down there in the middle of it. I tell you, I feel sorry for a water moccasin if he decides to come out now, because he's going to be in trouble. He will tear him up. Somebody decided they would check out the cool spring. Look here, that's Miss Heidi Hole. She is soaking up some free air conditioning. God gave her some nice cold, look at that. She got her a belly full of ice cold water. Let's see who else is gonna go out there. Oh, look at there, there's her boy running with her. Now she's going a little farther. She went out into a creek. That creek's in the hills up above. Okay, very good. So now we got a good clear path and we can get right down to the spring. I want to call it a well, but this is not a well, it's a spring. And the dogs are going to be out here with us helping. Here comes Mr. Kaiser. Kaiser, come on, buddy. Oh, look at him. He's out there hiding in the bushes. He's on a safari. Come on, buddy. Check out that cold water right there. Okay, good boys. Okay, our next step, now that my sweet wife has got all the junk cleared out of the way, there's her DR mower over there cooling off. She runs them hard. So we come over here getting a little bit of sunshine, and let's analyze this from a different angle. Now you can see we've got a nice little plastic tote. This used to be up there for the cows. They're gone. And we're getting this set up for sheep. Now if you look right there real close, you'll see a little bit of movement of water. And that water is swelling right around the edge of the base of that little concrete vessel. And what we're going to do, we're going to dig down and stick a little piece of pipe in the side of that, piece of PEX, 3/4 inch, and have it, even if I lose a little bit, it's fine, have it spill over into this. This is going to be a place for the sheep to drink. We will put some nice rocks, because sheep do not like to be in the mud, so we'll put them some stepping stones. My wife will make it very whimsical, guaranteed. And then down inside there, we're going to put that small little cheap pump from Amazon. I'll put all the links on it. We've got just enough sunshine out here, we'll clear a few trees, and put a little solar panel right beside this spring, and run some 3/8 inch tubing and run that water all the way up. Let's have another look. About 500 feet away up there to her fish tank, to keep the fish with fresh cold water, and also to feed the garden for whatever we need in the garden. Wash hands, water the plants, and take care of the fishes. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to Whimsical Farm. Well, we have made our course recovery of the spring. By course, I mean there ain't nothing fine about it. We're not completely sealed or any of that other stuff. But I learned something on this. This thing has been here for 100 years. And when I went to dig that out for the little half barrel, that was full of rocks, plate rocks and bricks and old pallets and all kinds of junk. So that was a lot of fun to dig that. But as you can see, now this is, like I say, not a final product. I took a piece of 3/4 inch PEX, put some rubber tape on the inboard side, pulled it up tight against the cistern, and we're leaking some there, but I will get a special washer and fittings for that tomorrow. Here is the good news. I got it just slow enough that water is running. You can see it. It's good and steady. We got about 90% coming through the tube, and the other 10% is a little bit of a loss there. It's not really a loss though, because my sweet wife has taken a shovel and dug a trench, and that trench goes all the way down there and feeds our pond. So any loss will not be a loss. And then we found a large piece of aluminum pipe laying out in the woods out here. This may have been used at one time, and I'm going to bury that pretty soon, and we'll let that water run through that pipe, get closer to the pond, so we don't have quite as much loss in the ground, and perhaps make it a little nicer for the sheep. So the final goal with this is, for the sheep, is this will be, I'll put some crushed gravel in here and fill in around that little blue tank. We will keep that blue tank until the Lord comes back, or I die, or one of the two. And we will put some crushed gravel, something to hold it good and stable, and then some flat rock or bricks or something that the sheep will feel comfortable walking around. In no time at all, we'll have some pretty grass out here. They'll chew it down to the nub, and maybe some moss will grow like you see on that rock right there. We'll lay it in place, and it can be one of our top rocks. So the little spring is still doing good. It's holding at that level. You can see it did not drop below the, you see the little white pipe sticking out there. My little special rubber seal, just rubber tape. And we're happy with that. Of course, it looks muddy. That's because I had to swim that barrel in there sideways, catch water in it so I could get it to sink. So that little boat is sunk in now. That'll be the drinking trough for the sheep. And it looks like we're spilling over on the front corner just a little bit. So I may dig it out just a little bit more and level it up some before we rock it in. But I'd say we got 90% of the job done, and we got good flow, and the well is flowing good now. Not the well, I should call it a spring. It's a natural spring. We took a temperature reading on it with a digital gauge, and it was 62 degrees, and it's about 80 degrees outside. So it's coming out of the ground, and the sheep will sure appreciate that. On a 100-degree day, they can come over here in the little shady spot and get underneath these big old trees and get them a nice cold drink of that 62-degree crystal clear water. So we'll get back with you later and show you what it looks like. We'll get all the rocks put in. That'll probably be a few weeks from now. So thank you for visiting us here at Whimsical Farm. And I will put some links to some of the tools we used today. I used a machete and that temperature gauge. I'll put that, and also one on the DR mower. So thank you for coming by to visit with us. And I hope this helps another person that maybe has a spring somewhere and they just feel like it's not of any use to them. And you'll see me mount a post on this beside it, solar panel and a small pump and some polytubing. We'll run it up to the garden for the fish and for all of our plants. So we got phase 1 is done. Thanks again for coming by, and hit that like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Bye-bye.